Thank you for joining us for this presentation about the project-based exchanges. Over the next 3 minutes, you will gain further insight into this unique training opportunity provided by the European Judicial Training Network. Then, we will show you how to successfully submit an application on our dedicated platform. Project-based exchanges are a flexible format where you, as a participant, have the freedom to design an exchange experience that is customized in cooperation with your host. Project-based exchanges give you the opportunity to identify a host partner and develop an exchange project before applying. These exchanges empower judges, prosecutors, court staff, and trainers to create their own exchange journey. The learning objectives, content, and agenda are fully adjusted to your needs. Firstly, you can connect with your peers from other EU member states. Often, these connections lead to collaborative efforts on your projects and shared interests. Secondly, and as I will explain in details later, supporting documents are fully part of the application process and, as such, are mandatory for a valid submission. Thirdly, not all exchanges are open to all functions. Finally, please be aware that different calendar for the calls for applications apply depending on the specific type of project-based exchange. Project-based exchanges include bilateral exchanges, regional exchanges, and judiciary learning grant program. I will now talk about the specificities of each one of them. Bilateral exchanges involve collaboration between two courts or prosecution offices. These exchanges typically bring together groups of 5 participants for a period of 5 working days. You are welcome to apply to any participating EU member state. Bilateral exchanges open to judges, prosecutors, and court staff, and groups mixing functions are welcomed, like a group of 2 judges and 3 court staff. The application period runs every year from September to mid-October. Regional exchanges can involve individual participants or pairs. They have a duration from 3 to 5 working days. These exchanges focus on cross-border cooperation between 2 neighboring member states with a maximum distance of 150 kilometers from an international border. They are open to judges, prosecutors, and court staff, with applications starting in January. The Judiciary Learning Grants Program offers tailor-made learning opportunities. Participants can design their own projects, defining their host, which could include the Court of Justice of the European Union or the European Court of Human Rights, and setting their learning objectives. Dissemination of knowledge is an important part of the program. These projects can last up to 5 working days. Applications are evaluated according to a defined scoring rubric and are open to all EU member states. They are open to judges, prosecutors, court staff, and trainers, with applications starting in January. When applying for project-based exchanges, it is essential to include all required supporting documents. The Exchange Program platform provides a clear list of necessary documents, with templates available for download. Be sure to include all documents, especially the hosting agreement, which are crucial for your application. We have prepared a comprehensive presentation video on how to complete and submit the hosting agreement. For more information, please refer to the link provided in the description box below this video. Now, let's visit our website to demonstrate how to apply to a project-based exchange. This tutorial will provide you with practical tips and tricks to help you successfully navigate the application process. The application forms for any applications to an exchange program activity are available on the following URL. The forms are visible only when the application period is open. All the forms are also available in English and French. The 2 boxes: long-term training periods and project-based exchanges. Here, the form is currently open for the bilateral exchanges. We are now going to make a demo of the project-based exchanges. Application form, which is used to apply to a bilateral exchange, regional exchange, and judiciary learning grant program. Let's click on Apply. The first interesting feature on this page is the choice of activity and function. The only activities currently open for applications will appear in the drop-down menu. Currently, applications are only open to bilateral exchanges, so you can only select this category of project-based exchange. After selecting this information, specific instructions will appear below. At this stage, if not yet down, you will be able to download the application documents to be completed to successfully submit your application. It is important to note that, in the case of a bilateral exchange, only the group leader of the sending delegation submit the application on behalf of his or her group. A group leader serves as the primary contact for the group and is responsible for completing the application process. However, it is not mandatory for the leader to participate in the exchange themselves. In the second part of the application form, the group leader will complete the application form with his or her personal and professional information. The nationality is of course requested. But linked to this, we also ask your national training institution, which is the institution in charge of your continuous training at the national level. In some countries, you don't have a choice. But here, for instance, in my position, I know that I must select Ministry of Justice. In addition, the host country choice and linguistic skills are requested. Finally, you must include the requested application documents. Only complete applications will be considered, so make sure to include the requested application document. Please read the instructions to check the list of requested documents. In our example of a bilateral exchange application, we include the hosting agreement and the project proposal. You may also add any other supporting documents here, for example, documents asked by your national training institution, if any. To submit your applications, click on Submit Application. Congratulations, your application has been received.